Alrighty, so this is Do Seeds Always Grow? And this is our lesson 1, okay? So here in this little picture we see this little boy. He's wondering, do seeds always grow? So that's a very, very good question. So we have to think. Don't forget we've been going over everything that seeds need, okay? So seeds need air, water, sun, and soil, right? And then we also learned from one of the songs that Miss Elizabeth has shared with us, they also need space. They need space in order for them to grow as tall or as wide as they can, okay? So now we have to think about though, do seeds always grow? Even if they have all of these things, are they always going to grow? Or are there going to be some conditions in which they might not grow? So let's figure it out, okay? So first we're going to listen to the song, What Plants Need, which goes over everything that we've been talking about since last week, the things that seeds and plants need in order to grow. So we're just going to watch it, okay?
A plant needs 5 things to stay alive. These are the 5 things it needs to survive. The plant needs the sun, nice and bright. The leaves of the plant love sunlight. A plant needs air, just like you. It needs air to survive, that is true. A plant needs soil to grow very well. How tall it will grow, only time will tell. A plant needs water to live and grow. If you didn't know that, now you know. Something else a plant needs is some space. It will grow well in a nice open place. A plant needs 5 things to stay alive. These are the 5 things it needs to survive.
Good, so those are our 5 things that our plant or seed needs in order to survive, okay? Then, going back to our question, do seeds always grow? We have that little boy thinking, do they always grow? Let's see. So no, seeds will not always grow. So what stops a seed from growing? Let's figure it out. We need to know what are some things, some conditions that might stop a seed from growing, okay? So seeds will not grow if they are planted in the soil too deeply. And here we have the picture where you can see where it says too deep. If it's too deep, it's not going to grow, okay? Let's see. Another one. If the soil is too hot and dry, a seed will not be able to grow. So if the soil looks like this, where it's very, very dry, the seed will not be able to grow. It's not going to have the nutrients it needs. If the soil is cold and frozen, a seed will not be able to grow either. So if it looks like this, the seed will not be able to grow. And I had mentioned before that in the winter time we see it's very, very cold, and sometimes it snows a lot and it's covered like that. And I think one of you had mentioned that in the winter time, that's why we don't see any of these flowers or plants that are blooming, right? So in the winter season, we don't see any of this. But then once it turns to spring season, we start to see everything start to bloom again. All the plants, the flowers are growing, the trees have also little flowers on their branches, and we start to see everything grow, 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 and bloom. Okay, so the last thing, if the soil is overwatered, a seed will not be able to grow either. Okay, so if the soil looks like this, that means that we put way too much water. So if it has way too much water, the seed will not grow. okay? So we have to remember not to plant the seed too deeply, and you need to make sure that the seed is planted in moist soil. So the soil has to be a little bit wet. It has to be a little bit wet, okay? So when you touch the soil, it has to feel wet, but not extremely wet, not too wet, just a little bit. And you also need to remember to not overwater the plant, okay? So if it has water, we're not going to put more water into the soil. Okay, and now we're gonna sing our grow a plant song. This is the song that we've been singing for the past 2 weeks, and we're gonna continue to sing it until we finish our unit on plants. Okay, so it goes to the tune of Row, Row Your Boat. Ready? So it says, grow, grow, grow a plant, starting with a seed. Give it soil, sun, and water. That is all you need. Grow, grow, grow a plant, starting with a seed. Give it soil, sun, and water. That is all you need. Excellent, boys and girls, okay? And that is the end of our lesson that we did on Monday.